Hello and welcome back to my memories. If you want to support me and get bonus content, extended versions of the episodes, Q&As, other fun stuff, check out the Patreon. My name is Ashley Clements, and this is the Look Back Diaries. Well, I'm impressed. But yes, as I was saying, these are my memories. What I remember. Did I say that right? And I remembered something that I haven't talked about on the show yet, which is that there was a lot of press. The show was being written about in various blogs and things. There were reviews and articles and stuff. We were a little bit of a thing. People were paying attention to us. People knew us. The weird part of that experience for me is that I was very rarely mentioned in any of the articles. Sometimes it would say Lizzie Bennett, parentheses, Ashley Clements, or sometimes there would be a photo and it would be captioned with my name. And I know that because I had, and let's be real, still have a Google alert for my name. And I think at the time I may have even had one for the Lizzie Bennett Diaries. And over again, the show would be praised, and the writing would be praised, the concept would be praised, and people would recommend the show. People would say they liked the show, and nobody talked about me. And that sounds so self-centered, but I'm rewatching the show with you, and it is, mostly me talking. The acting was often just not acknowledged at all. And it made me feel bad, like, oh, they like the show, but they don't really like me. And then I realized you kind of can't like the show and not enjoy watching me to some extent because, I'm in a lot of it. And that people weren't viewing the show in the way that they would view a lot of other shows with the awareness and separation. Even when they acknowledged the writing, it was so rare that they ever acknowledged acting in the show. I wasn't treated as somebody different than Lizzie Bennett. And I think that that is why I have this kind of built-in idea that I have to separate myself from Lizzie and let you know, hey, I'm acting. I'm acting because publications seemed to not even realize that I am not Lizzie, although I am wearing her clothes. Does this mean I am currently cosplaying as Lizzie? I didn't really think this through. Just part of the strange journey of this show and strange way that this unusual format was received. Well, let's take a look at the episode, shall we? Oh, a freeze frame that I don't actually loathe and despise.
Hi everyone. So today,
Hi. Oh, for a second I thought I'd left something on.
hello
No.
everyone. I apologize.
There I am in my
A ball today, but
Banana Republic button
Charlotte needs
down.
to edit this out.
Makes sense. Ah, we're back to some
Anyway, I have
graphics.
admittedly been a little distracted
Enjoyable.
lately, but I wanted you to know. Well, you all keep asking in the comments anyway.
Well,
So
it doesn't really seem like you were
hi
planning
Susie
to
Bennett.
edit it
George
out.
Wickham is texting me.
Oh, yay, we love George. Everyone loves George. Ah, the next episode by
Okay,
Kate.
so if you recall, George Wickham was in town a couple months ago.
Of course, we remember. We all love George. That's what the comments say. The
Normally
comments
I
say
avoid
we
the waterfalls and the
love
docks, but he's not a college kid.
George.
He's an instructor, and he's pretty charming.
Oof, that's actually really upsetting, isn't it? He's in a perfect position to groom young people. Whoops.
Well, George and I have been messaging back and forth for the last few days. Even if he is a couple states away, it's nice to engage
I
in
mean, the thing is that, like,
intelligent conversation with
if you
whoever
knew
the
P and
opposite
P, you
sex is.
knew
The rest of us call that flirting.
that
Flirting.
you knew that George was
Let me
going to be
see.
bad, but I don't think you knew he was going to be this bad. I don't think we knew he was going to be that bad.
This summer, not all of us have a career in water
And there's
sports.
MK in her
Some
much
of us
darker
have
hair because she had to dye
all
it
out. Well,
for
some
a
schools have
reshoot
Christmas
for a
classes.
feature.
I would reply
I believe
in
she is
English, but it's
wearing
difficult
clothes
for
from
me in
that
the third
stylist
chair.
because
Winky
I
face?
do not recognize that top.
You
Except
need
that
to
it kind of
flirt
looks like
mainly. Reason number
a
12 as to why
background from
Lizzie
the
Bennett is
80s,
perpetually single.
early
Seriously,
90s.
is that actually a list? Hello, he left you like a gazillion openings. I am so hot right now. Come over and give
She would be much better at flirting than Lizzie. I mean, honestly, this is a tool. She should enlist
What?
Lydia's
No,
help.
you
Oh,
give me that. Only if you promise to sit next to Ricky while I'm
I
doing it
love
tonight. Wait, he's coming over.
like
Come
that
here.
our little arm flail looks so coordinated and
Is it
it's
engaged?
not. It's just us
Engaged ain't married, am
genuinely
I right?
trying to.
Give it to me. Promise! Fine, fine. Just give it to me. Wait, you didn't send anything. Sucker, no backsies.
I mean,
Still dealing with the Ricky
she's a
Collins
sneak. She's a
situation.
sneaky
He's
a
home here
sneaky one.
every day.
We
He
learned,
wants to talk
we
about
continue
work
to learn that
all
she's
the
clever,
time, and it's
but
so exhausting.
sneaky.
Yesterday he had me helping
It
pack
is
up some of
weird
his mother's
how
things,
much
and somehow that turned
time.
into a
Like,
trade-off
why did I
between
help
his
him?
financial earnings and
Because
coordinating
I'm as
distractions. Is
Ashley,
it any wonder that I'm enjoying
I'm
the
not
virtual
going out of
company
my
of
way
George
to
Wickham over
help
the actual company of
somebody who
Ricky
bothers
Collins?
me a lot and
Oh, come to
keeps
think of it,
showing up at my
the
house
layout exactly was
uninvited.
for the virtual company of George Wickham to the
I guess
actual company of Ricky
maybe
Collins. I
Mama
had brought
Bennett
in
made
the
me.
lovely Jane.
The adorable Laura Spencer. Wow.
Good to see you.
Her makeup looks so good. I was still doing my own, and it's now
Looking
looking vastly
So
inferior.
first category, their topics
I don't remember
of
if that's from the stylist or not, but that top is
well,
adorable.
George likes
Oh, we're doing
graphics
graphics.
or
It's
something.
very weird that we're even
Something like that.
comparing these two because
Oh, that's
um
adorable of him. And what about Ricky?
why would you?
Ricky, as
But I
far
guess
as I
they're
can
the
tell, is
people who are
passionate about
bothering me right now.
saying lots of words.
Well,
What
Lizzie,
do you think?
I'm gonna be honest. You also seem passionate
Plus,
about
George wants to
saying
pursue his
lots
life
of
passion.
words. I guess I
Well,
am
George is
also
pursuing his life
passionate
passion
about
about
saying
hell or high
lots of
water.
words.
No pun intended. But making a living by pursuing my passion is pretty much my life goal.
Me
Not bad to think
too.
about. And what about Ricky? He's
Ricky is a
probably
practical
somewhere.
person who knows how to make money, which we all need some of in our
Nice
lives.
to
Just,
have.
I
I'm not
mean,
disparaging
saying.
money. I'm disparaging his intent to use it to make bad reality TV. Okay, so how about manner of communication?
Well, George keeps
Ricky
texting my iPhone 4.
miles away. Oh,
That really, I mean, I've said this before, right? That really was my
while
phone and
Ricky
my
communicates to our mother,
just
how about
boring
Ricky
purple case.
cooks meals
I've
for
gotten
us
much cuter phone
effortlessly,
cases now.
influencing my life choices?
Ah.
Trust me. Trust me.
You can't
I
even
know he's
distinguish it
being
from my
kind to
backdrop,
her
can you?
and being constructive to you. Are you defending him? Just trying to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Well, she's
The
Jane. She's gonna
benefit of
give
the benefit
everyone
of
the
the doubt.
benefit
Well,
of the
you're off
doubt.
carpooling with Bing. I'm the one stuck babysitting Ricky.
Carpooling, is that what they're calling it these days? A winky winky.
I know. I should be nicer. Let's continue. Okay. How about charm?
She's
Well,
got
George
cards.
has
Like,
really
this was
charming
like very
cards.
planned.
But seriously, I doubt he'll ever bore me with financial earnings projections.
Yeah,
To be
no, he
fair,
doesn't know how to read a
honestly, George
financial
is
earnings projections
George,
report.
and he gets to travel.
He goes to the gym.
And I still have no idea why Ricky is here. So, looks like George Wickham is the winner.
Duh.
Yay! Not like it was a competition. As if I
Indeed.
ever want to spend time with Ricky, even if he was the last man on earth. Lizzie. I know. I just.
Yeah, I realize also in all our descriptions of Wickham that we had not
Kristen in
cast
the house right now.
Wes.
You know that Mom actually counts the hours that you're
So
paying her apart. Well, that's
I'm
our mother.
just describing an
So
idea
I
of a
had to
person.
take her to the bank. Are you going to be okay? Is that for me? Yes. Just try not to think about it. Okay. Bye, everyone.
We have secret
Yeah,
finance
Mom going to the bank
things.
probably has something to do with Dad's mortgage meeting last week. He didn't tell any of us about it, but I saw it in his calendar. Sometimes it just
I'm gonna be honest, the stuff that's vague
You know
was
what?
also vague
Stay
behind the
in bed.
scenes. Like,
I'm not gonna think about it.
the exact financial situation that the Bennets were in was not something that ever actually got answered, and there are several other
Oh my
things
god.
like that.
Damn you! Autocorrect!
I feel like that's a thing, that's a recurring sort of bit, right? Where I end up shouting to the sky. But yeah, I don't know what the situation is with the Bennett's finances because they were never really made clear. Is that another hole that Kate filled in the book later. Another part of the epic retcon that she did. I don't know. You can tell me in the comments. Because while you do know that I read the book, I read it for money. I mean, I got paid to do the audiobook. I've read it twice. Once quietly in my head, and then I read it once out loud into a microphone. But it's so nice to have my sisters back. We see Lydia being sneaky and smart, but also, you can see why Lizzie would be annoyed by the things that she does. And Jane is, of course, practically perfect in every way. And Lizzie has excellent taste in men. I don't blame Lizzie at this point. She does not have enough information. She barely knows George at all, and he's extremely good looking. I can also feel comfortable sharing that I have been made very stupid in my head before by a beautiful man's face and abs. And I think it's so clear from the way Lizzie's talking about texting and flirting and George that she really doesn't have a lot of experience in this area. And I don't know why that is, if she was just busy with school or hadn't met somebody or was just actively avoiding what her mother wanted her to be doing. Kate also furthers two excellent running jokes, which now that I think about it means that she probably binge watched the series and then picked up things that she could continue with, which is a very smart good writer, which shouldn't surprise any of us. But she continues the reasons why Lizzie Bennet is perpetually single, and also it's so good to see they can't actually see. And she plays with those fun bits, which is really cool that a new writer joined the team and just jumped onto our bits and did bits on bits on bits on bits. Let's take a look at the comments, shall we? Just Normally Weird says, engaged ain't married, am I right? Every period drama ever. That's true. That's a very Jane Austen, an updated, very Jane Austen thing to say. Shmelly Day pointing out that Wickham is a con artist. Yeah, we know. Stephen Romero says, I don't want to brag, but I'm an excellent judge of character, and my instincts tell me that this George Wickham fellow is a stand up guy. Well, Lizzie and Stephen have a lot in common. Agreed. Christy says, I'm so uncomfortable thinking about Darcy watching Lizzie gush about George Wickham. You are all so sensitive and lovely. There have been so many comments about poor Darcy's reaction rewatching these later. Lizzie didn't know how it was going to go at this point, okay? She didn't know the end. Oh, interesting. Nora Boniface said, did anybody else catch the list reference at 405? On the list Darcy made of qualities women must have in order for him to take any interest in them, he states that they must not tolerate bad reality TV or something of the like. And here Lizzie completely trashes reality TV. So much feels. I have never caught that. Did you catch that? I wonder if that's another example of Kate taking something from a previous episode and incorporating it. Super Banana Cookies. I just really like the name Super Banana Cookies, and now I want that. But they say that watching this in Darcy's POV is depressing. Well, again, it's a it's okay. It's going to end up okay. Katie Morrison says, I really want there to be a poster or something of reasons why Lizzie Bennet is perpetually single. And I agree. That would be sort of fun. Oh, thank you, Saskia1414. It's amazing how well these actors do in their roles because they're usually only in one location, but it's always so compelling. Thank you for recognizing that we are actors who are acting. Oh, Jenny Barada gutting us, saying I just thought of something sadder than Darcy watching this video. Gigi watching it. Oof. Yeah, that one hits. Okay. Fanny94 says, be careful with that one, love. He will do what it takes to survive. Hashtag ham for Bennett. I am here for all your musical theater references. Delightful. Thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. Feel free to comment here or just shout into the void. Someone's listening. See you next time.